All right, with us now, the man seeking to replace Gavin Newsom, gubernatorial candidate for California, Steve Hilton. Steve, good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Great to be with you.
Your reaction?
Well, it's exactly in line with what you were just saying, both of you and Rick. It is just unbelievable to see the extent now of the leadership of this state, and you use that word leadership advisedly because they're not leading at all. Gavin Newsom on downwards, just stepping aside, not doing their job, totally failing to uphold standards of civilized society, law and order, and just allowing this to happen. And then when it gets out of control, instead of taking responsibility for their failures or doing anything to correct it, they start lashing out and blaming President Trump. I mean, what did Gavin Newsom spend most of his day yesterday doing? Literally trolling President Trump on social media and filing a lawsuit. I mean, we've had enough of this utter abdication of responsibility and dereliction of duty in California. And this what we've seen, this catastrophe in Los Angeles, it's nothing new for California. It's just a bigger scale version of what happens almost every weekend in Los Angeles. Just the other weekend, you saw a house party get totally out of control, hundreds of people marauding around a neighborhood, smashing up buildings, vandalizing businesses, setting cars on fire, commandeering a police car, covering in graffiti, jumping up and down on it. That was just a couple of weekends ago. What did the LAPD do? Nothing, literally nothing. They just stood by and let it happen and not a single arrest. So that's the point. When there are no consequences, exactly as you were just saying, when there are no consequences for bad behavior, you're just going to get more bad behavior. That's why I'm running for governor, to turn this nonsense around and to restore law and order and civilized values in California.
Yeah, Steve, and as Ken Cuccinelli pointed out, it shouldn't matter what one's party affiliation is. This should just be about how you lead and what you hope for those people you represent. I do want to get your reaction to a statement that your possible opponent for the governor's mansion, Kamala Harris, posted about these riots. This administration's actions are not about public safety. They're about stoking fear. Protest is a powerful tool, essential in the fight for justice. And as the LAPD mayor and governor have noted, demonstrations in defense of our immigrant neighbors have been overwhelmingly peaceful. Steve, it seems like that's something she maybe recycled back from the riots where, oh, everything's peaceful, and you see a burning building right behind the CNN journalists reporting on those peaceful riots. What I think here is interesting is that, as our reporter Jason Jones said, those National Guardsmen who are there, they are simply protecting local buildings at this point. They are now not out there going face to face, trying to impose some sort of martial law. They are there as preventative measures. And that, to me, seems like the most peaceful way to tell people, hey, let's cut this out.
100%. I mean, I saw it for myself. I was out right there at the federal building yesterday in the afternoon, and then again in the evening after the main bulk of the crowd had been dispersed. They're protecting federal property. And if they hadn't been there, I shudder to think what would have happened. Even behind them, you could see, I made a video, I posted it on my social media. People can watch it at Steve Hilton X. The vile, disgusting graffiti on the federal building behind the National Guard. So if they hadn't been there to protect it, who knows what would have happened? And as for Kamala Harris, I'm sorry, but she's a total joke and an irrelevance. What is she even talking about? Just like all the other machine politicians in California, she comes out as soon as she can with some pathetic, pandering statement, trying to appease her far-left activist base, rather than taking a lead and standing up for the vast law-abiding majority who just want standards of civilized behavior upheld. She has disqualified herself from public office, as far as I'm concerned, with that absolutely appalling statement.
Yeah, Steve, it seems like she certainly has not learned her lesson to maybe actually wait and realize what the American people actually want. Again, same conversation that we seem to always have with her. But Steve Hilton, it's always great to have a conversation with you here on American Agenda. Thank you.
Great to be with you. Thank you.